Anyway, people, we gonna get started here. We've been talking and talking and talking. Me and my partner right here in crime, and
Good morning,
well,
good afternoon, good
uh,
evening.
good evening.
What a
Well,
beautiful day, man. I don't know what's the weather for you, but it's nice and sunny
man,
here.
they said I was listening to Fair and Balance and stuff and everything, and he's down there in the Panhandle and said he freezing to death. He down there in Florida freezing to death. He said he did turn the heat on and shit last night. So he got up this morning, he was froze.
Man, please. I'm in Central Florida, so therefore it is nice.
He
I
said
can't complain, man.
he
I
got
almost got up and started taking a walk. Well, I said, that's okay. I'll just stay home.
yeah, well, shit. Well, you ain't around here with us, man. Last night, man, it got down to 24 degrees. And
What?
yeah, and then the wind was blowing and shit. When the wind started blowing, they said that motherfucking wind chill shut it down to 13 degrees. We
Oh, my
woke up.
goodness.
My wife woke up this morning, and the goddamn heater wasn't even keeping up. It was cold
Huh.
enough. Like it was 65 degrees in the house. That motherfucking heater was blowing wide open. Oh, that's the problem when you get a heat pump inside your home trying to save energy. We got a brand new heat pump, and that it can't keep this whole house warm. If you get below a certain degree, the heat pump stopped working. It stopped working. Yeah, unless they got a special heating system that you can put on it and stuff and everything where you can heat the air up and stuff around. That's the heater that they can put on the heat pump. I'm gonna call them up and talk to them about when before this year is out and tell them is there a way that they can put the heater on their heat pump because this fucking house stays cold. So they have to heat the freon back up, and everything it gets cold, they have to heat the freon back up. So there's a way that they can put a heater on there and stuff, but I guess I have to pay for it myself. I don't know. We'll see, because really it doesn't get this cold down there. You know it, Ted.
I
Really down
know.
here, it doesn't get that cold, man. If it get down 30 something degrees, man, that's it. And then next day it's gonna warm back up, and that's it. It's either a day or two. But this shit has been crazy, man. We done had some weeks, man, where we done had temperatures in the 30s and night can get down to 16, 17 degrees. And these homes and stuff down here are not built for that stuff. They don't have insulation. So we're caught like that, people. So anyway, I got something I got to say. Couple
Okay.
of things. I got a couple of things I got to say. Now, that knucklehead Taco has a problem, and we know it. He has a very, very fragile ego. And sometimes he lets that fragile ego and shit get in the way of him thinking very closely, thinking about what had going on. Now, on Friday, the Supreme Court, and he knew this shit was getting ready to happen, that they were going to tell him that this shit was illegal. That's why they waited so long to say it, because they knew that he was going to have a fit. And they wanted to let him have time to be able to figure out what the hell to do. Well, they supposed to have to get a decision in December. January came around, didn't get it. Here it is, almost March. We finally get it. He done had almost 3 months to figure out what the hell to do. Instead of doing that, he's telling people, he's jacking people up, telling them all about this tariff shit. So now they had to pass the shit down. He gets pissed off, cussed them out, said they ain't shit. Don't come to my State of the Union tonight. The State of the Union is tonight, people. He's going to stand up in front of all them folks and stuff. Give State of the Union. Anyway, getting back to my explanation and stuff here. So he gets on there, and the next day on Saturday, he said, "Well, I'm going to enact this act that the Congress passed in 1974 that allows me to have to tariff people, tariff the world. That's why he didn't individually tariff people, because he can't just tariff individual countries. He has to tariff people, countries. You know, anything that comes into the United States has to have the same tariff on it. That's why he threw out that 10% tariff, and they only
15%.
yeah, 10% tariff.
It's 15%.
Well, he raised it to 15 because he found out that he could kick it up to 15. So he went ahead and said, fuck it, I'm kicking up to 15%. Anyway, come to find out that this daggone thing he enacted, he can only do it for 150 days. And then
but he can renew it.
But just by doing that, it's not going to do any good. He's tearing his butt up, and all these people out there outside this country are getting pissed off at his ass. Everybody.
Can I tell you what I think about that shit? Let me tell you what's going on.
Don't forget, I got one more that I got to say now. Well, one more. Go ahead.
Well, go ahead and finish. Go on.
No. You got to talk about your tariff because since it's hot on the
grill over here. This is what I think it is. Number one, he wants to be the big boss, and anytime anybody gives him some sass, 50% tariff on you, and that kind of BS. But besides that, he wants to get this money, because right now they claim that it's about $200 billion in the tariff account. That's what they
give or take 50 billion.
Whatever. But what I'm saying is this: he in control of that money, and some kind of way he gonna get a piece of that. But let me just say this: the thing is, bro, he always looking for ways that he can control the people. Now, he have already convinced these people that these tariffs is cause these companies overseas are not accepting our products. And I'm thinking, what products? Huh? What products are you?
That's not true. They are anything.
No, I just said that the people, the MAGA people and the people that's for Trump believe that the reason why he's doing these tariffs is because he's trying to put pressure on them for two things. Number one, to bring the manufacturing back. And number two is so that he can, do what he said he was going to do. That's just what he's trying to do. He has convinced these people that the tariffs is a good thing, regardless of their prices. And I believe that he's just doing it for his own enrichment. And that's the reason why right now the protest is, hey, every American should get $1,800.
That ain't gonna happen.
I know it's not. I know damn well it ain't gonna happen. Because Chrysler already said that we have over 5 million. We got over 5 million families, and you owe us almost $9 billion because you owe each family $1,800. He can put a receipt out. He can send Trump a receipt.
The reason why this 10 and 15%, Ted, he is not going to be able to enact that daggone thing is because when his attorneys went to the court system, the court system right below the Supreme Court asked him, his attorneys, a question. They asked him, if he enacts, why can't he enact another rule and regulation out there? And the attorney said, we can't do it. So now what they told them that they couldn't do in the court, they told the judge this. It's on record, it's in the file, that they cannot do that. Okay? So now you got people now who get already filing cases and stuff in court to stop this 10 and 15% tariff. Because his attorney said they can't do it in the lower courts. They asked him that question. Why can't you use this other thing to enact a tariff? We can't do that. They can't go back to court and say, "Well, you said you couldn't do it, and now you're going to do it, so you lied to the court." That ain't gonna work. He's not going to be able to keep that 10 or 15% tariff. He's done. He's cooked his goose because you got some dumb people sitting down there who are doing his cases for him. Now, second, he done took all these daggone ships, aircraft carriers, everything. Where they at? In the Middle East. Because he getting ready to do what? He wants to bomb Iran. Guess what happened? They found out it happened with the Joint Chiefs of Staff the other day. And the reason why, he ain't did shit yet. He's sitting there with all this armament sitting there in that region there, and you can't do nothing about it. His Joint Chiefs of Staff told him, we can't do nothing here because we don't have any support in this region where we can take our planes, refuel them, and all that stuff. You can't do it. If we do it, we're committing suicide. We're going to lose a whole bunch of troops, and we're going to be in big trouble. He ain't said nothing about it, but they told that all his generals from the Joint Chiefs of Staff told him it's not going to work. They figured that they were going to get some people to back them up. One of them countries over there to allow them to use their off stuff and everything. They told him it would be suicide for him to go over there and attack Iran right now. Now, is he going to listen? I don't know. And then guess what did happen again? Old Rubio that talked him into embargo, and they done blocked off Cuba from getting any oil at all. Guess who's bringing oil over there? They just loaded the ship up and they sent it to Cuba.
America.
Huh?
If it not, it was Venezuela.
No. Venezuela, they got no power. They ain't got
No, I
they
said it was Venezuela.
right, but they don't have any power there. Putin.
He
he
ain't gonna
just
stop Putin.
he bothered Putin.
He ain't bothered Putin.
He bothered him.
And this right here is a test for Trump.
They gonna roll that ship right into
And
the
he ain't
harbor.
gonna say shit.
He ain't gonna say shit. When they call him up and say they getting ready to come over here, the Russian ship coming here, he gonna tell them, let it go. This Negro done backed himself into a corner.
Well,
And when
he doing the same thing. He doing the same thing when it comes to Iran too, because Iran and Russia is pretty negotiable.
very tight.
Yeah. So
and the reason why, other than Israel, all the other countries and stuff there in the Middle East is against them attacking Iran. We don't want you over here. That's why they're not allowing him to use those bases over there for
yeah,
anything. They got
yeah.
a
I
they got
mean,
a
the
they
only
got a
reason why he
we got a
doing
base.
this
We got
is
a base in UA in the United Arab, and they
yeah.
won't allow him to do anything there. You
Of
can't bring.
course not.
Yeah, they say you can't bring nothing there.
There's too many Iranians there. Too many. I can't think of the title of what they are, but Muslims there. But the point is that this whole thing was to pacify Bibi, because they want to get rid of the people, the gangsters in Yemen. They want to get rid of the gangsters in Iran, because they allow, those gangsters to attack Israel. And he's trying to intimidate Iran and their religious sect, but they ain't falling for it because they know Russia is right there. So and Putin had already put Trump on notice about that. He didn't
But
put him on
Ted,
notice.
but Ted, don't you remember when did he attack him in August? August of last year, he attacked him. Remember, he went over
Yeah,
there and bombed
I
him in August.
remember
I think it
that.
was August. It wasn't August. He bombed him.
Yeah,
And
somewhere
what?
in there.
But what did he say? We totally destroyed Iran. They can't do nothing because we have completely, totally destroyed them. They can't do anything over there for at least 5 or 6 years and stuff because they've been totally dismantled. Now, if you totally dismantle them 5 months ago, what the heck you doing going over there now to bomb them?
He gave a signal that he was going to bomb him anyway for 3 4 weeks, and they showed pictures. They had pictures of them moving all that stuff out of there.
But he said he totally destroyed them.
Yeah,
And his generals said, no, we didn't. And he fired a couple of them because they, they said that he was lying. They lost their job because they say he was lying. No, that didn't happen. And after a while, the rest of them just shut up. They didn't say a word. Yeah, and he don't say anything because he gonna find out sooner or later. And now, sooner or later, it's here. Now he got egg on his face. He got all them daggone aircraft carriers over there in the Middle East, and they just sitting there, don't know what to do with them. So anyway, those are my 2 or 3 things I had to say. Go ahead.
well, my thing is this. He's going to raise the military budget up to $500 billion.
He
It
wants to raise
already
it
hit the
up.
tree.
He wants to raise it another 500 billion.
Yeah,
How he gonna do that?
I have no idea, but that's what he want to do.
Right? Cause Congress
Now
ain't gonna
here's
pass it now.
now here's the thing though. Think about all the things that he's done now. Um, he is currently have all those ships went over to Venezuela and airline people. It took all those planes and military people to go get 2 people. That cost billions of dollars. And now it's costing us billions of dollars to keep all of those people over there, those carriers. And he's talking about bringing carriers over to Greenland. Or I should say, um, he's getting ready to take over and put the military over there.
Over where?
Well, he's going to bring 2 medical ships, which is really for emergencies and going to
And,
people that's in trouble. But
and what
he's
did
going
they
to put.
tell him?
I'm sorry.
Well, what did they tell him? Did the president or the prime minister of the country say, "Don't bring, we don't want nothing of your that you got.
Yeah.
We don't want nothing you got. Don't bring nothing over here."
But wait a minute, Ed. Here's my second thing. Mexico, they just killed one of the biggest
Drug dealers.
cartel drug dealers in the country. Now and then all of the cartel memberships, they burning up stuff and doing all kind of craziness because they killed their leader. And Mexico, now I haven't heard any announcements or anything about Mexico, but Canada came out and said that has been reported that needs help to get out 26,000. She said there's way more than that's there. Now think about this. The United States is supposed to help track down this guy. And the president there says that she don't really want to get into that because it's pretty dangerous, because the cartel is everywhere, and obviously in America and all over the world, the cartel selling their drugs and whatever else they do. But the bottom line is that Canada didn't mention the United States not one time.
They not.
They said that we're going to get over there. We have our Air Canada to try to get our people that want to leave out of there. Um, we're going to do all the things that's necessary to protect our people. This was the security person that was speaking, Secretary of Security, I guess that's what they called her. But the bottom line is that you don't hear the Mexican people saying anything about America. You didn't hear Canada saying anything. It's right now it's a bunch of chaos. And, I'm gonna tell you, well, I'm not gonna say it, but I'm just saying something like that is serious business and it's gruesome and it can be detrimental because these people, formal criminology, these criminals, organized crime, that's a real thing in this country and around the world. And when you disrupt people, when things are pretty low key for years, that can cause a big kind of takeover. We don't know if they might have killed that guy because maybe they're looking for a new leader. That he maybe compromised with some of these people. We don't know. We don't know what's going on.
We
Just
don't.
like that leader that they took from Venezuela. Have you heard anything about him? Nothing.
No. Nope. Well,
So we
he's
don't
not supposed to.
know.
He's
We
not supposed
don't.
to go to
We
trial.
don't know nothing. We do not know anything. And some brave journalist is going to end up getting the intel and finding out different little things in some kind of way, and then we'll get the information later. But we don't know what's going on with these organized crime criminal people and who else. Because see, once somebody else is gone, somebody else is going to take over because they want that money to be flowing. That's $1 trillion business. That's $1 trillion business, bro. They ain't stopping that money flowing. So we got the head of the cartel, boom, boom, boom. There's please. You can be boo boo the fool if you want to, but these people, let me tell you, bro, they all over the world, these people. And a lot of them connect and they collaborate with each other and they do business with each other. All kinds of stuff that's going on. And then you got the inside people that work for the supposed to be military and police and all that stuff. Please, and they getting their kickback. So it's a bunch of bullshit. That's all it is. It's a bunch of, just for money. Just for money. Stupid ass money. Killing people left and right, trafficking people so that they can live in a 20-bedroom house and have 5, 6 nice cars. To each his own, though, bro. I'm gonna tell you, these people is. I guess that's important to people. To have all that material stuff and make them feel important. I don't know, but
We
organized crime is for real, bro. That's some real shit.
It is. We Another thing that you haven't touched on, but you was talking about Mexico and Canada there, and it brings to mind to me that in 4 months we have the 5-year renewal of the USMCA. I think it might be dead.
Oh, please, that's been dead. That's dead.
Well, they're supposed to have a review in July. It's supposed to be reviewed in July, so I don't know. I don't know if Canada is ready to give up to this market and stuff. That's right. That shares one of the longest borders and stuff in the world. I really don't believe that Canada is ready to give up. Mark Carney is he's a sly little weasel, but he understands and stuff that the United States is a huge market, and he doesn't want to give it up like that. I think he's going to probably try to do something. I hope something happens that between now and July that will allow them to keep that thing going. Even though he's doing a lot of work out there and setting up markets other places, he's setting up markets in Mexico, China, and a bunch of Eastern countries, European Union. But I don't believe he wants to lose his market. I really don't. There's a lot of money, man, that goes across those borders and stuff, man. A lot of money back and forth. A lot of money. You
A
talking
lot of
with
money in
trees.
Mexico go back and forth too.
Yeah, but I think
And
Mexico
we
is
got a
more.
lot of American companies in Mexico.
We do, and I believe and stuff and everything that Mexico is a lot more equipped to be able to not to lose the USMCA is than Canada is.
I bet you Mexico will be having some of those Chinese EV
They already got them.
them.
They already got them, Ted.
Well, the big thing is having those stations. That costs a lot of money. That's the big thing.
Hmm.
And that was Biden's big deal, putting those stations all over the country.
Right.
And, to try to have people drive these EVs. And American people, I would say, majority of American people, like their gas guzzlers
Hmm.
because we're accustomed to it. However, when you really think about it, most people might only put 15,000 miles on their cars a year.
Probably.
And that ain't nothing.
But let's look back here when Tesla first started producing cars, electric cars. Most Americans didn't think that people are going to buy those electric cars, but until about a couple of years ago, Tesla was getting a nice market share here in the United States of electric cars.
You
There's
know
a
why?
there's a lot of people who got them.
You know why? In my opinion, it was the style of the car. It looked like a regular car. It wasn't no box.
And they could go 350 miles
Yeah, it
on a
was the
charge.
style of the car. And
But
350 miles, that's about maybe I don't know. I don't remember. I had a Jeep that went 250, 300.
but consider that these Chinese cars that are coming here, most of them are getting 700 miles, and it doesn't. It takes half the time to charge them. By the time it takes you to fill up a car, you can charge one of those cars up all the way.
They figured that out, huh?
Yep, 700 miles they can get out of it. You tell me these people ain't gonna buy them cars. I guarantee you, Ted, there are people in this country. If one of them came here, they'd jump on them, and they're cheap. You're looking at $35,000, $40,000 for one of those cars, medium-sized ones.
No, that's
And
a reasonable. That's a
yeah,
reasonable price.
yeah, it is a nice price. If one came here, I'd buy it. They got it. They got my money. I'm telling you, if
You got to
somebody
get
got
a
a chance,
solar system here.
I got to get a chance to buy. I don't care. I get it. I find somebody got. I got two or three people now who put those things out there. They can put one in my garage right now. I got three people I know who can put them in. That's their job, of putting in these daggone station. Yes, sir. And I put me up a solar panel after that. Charge that thing up. You get me a battery. Damn Trump. Tell me I can't have a solar panel or a windmill in my backyard.
You got to listen to when he talk about windmills. They're a bad sight. They got them in the oceans. They got them all over the
Yeah,
place.
they look ugly.
They killing birds. They look ugly.
They're killing everything. You think them people are stopping? Hell no. They're telling Trump to kiss stay behind. But he stopped ours.
Yep.
All right, my girl.
Boy, I ain't never seen. She need to just go right on and say these Democrats are racist.
I don't believe they're gonna be able to stop her now, Ted. I think she got that primary shit in the bag. These Democrats cannot stop her. Now the general election, now I don't know about that, but I don't think Jimmy Tallarico is he looks like a little weak sister.
He's a nice guy.
Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he's a nice guy. But they don't want no nice guys, Ted. They want somebody who gonna fight that knucklehead Trump. Trump will eat him up, eat him alive.
Hey, if you come for Jasmine, she coming right back at you.
He coming right back at him. She girlfriend ain't going back down. Plus, she's out there to telling folks, and I won't have to move very far. They said my the Senate is right on the other side, right on the other side of the building. She said, "You said I'm right over here, and all I got to do is move on the other side of the building." I read it. The pay, you said all the pay's all the same, so I ain't no ego here. She out there, man. I'm telling you, she out there. She exciting that daggone base like, oh, get out. I'm telling you, Tallarico ain't exciting in that base. Now, I've seen some of these Democratic politicians and still got in their mind and keep Tallarico, but I don't think that little boy gonna win this one. I really don't. Their primary anyway. I don't believe that. I believe she got him beat already. And she got some Republicans and stuff and everything who talking about voting for it too.
Well, to me, and I don't know how you feel about this, but to me, I think that the people are so red, blue. They still believe that the Democrats, or I should say the Republicans, are the moral, upstanding people in their own mind. And they know they're lying. They know that they are not. Then you have the Democrats claiming they're so liberal and so progressive, but we know they're not. It's all talk on both sides. It's all talk on both sides here. They're not. Because, see, if the progressives were so progressive or so, they wouldn't be having 1.5 million people homeless. They would have been fighting for free health care, education. You got over there in Europe, they give free education, free health care. So many other countries have universal health care. We're the only country that's supposed to be a democracy that do not have free health care, or I should say, a universal health care. That right there alone is a cost to the American people. And when you're talking about education, they do not invest in every American. And if you're talking about the progressive, now you tell me why all of a sudden you got the Republicans want to get rid of the undocumented. All of a sudden, they allowed them to flood in and then use them, these jobs or what have you, because most of these corporations, they're Republicans, but they use those undocumented workers and pay them less than minimum wage
Mm-hmm.
and working 10, 12 hours a day. But then you have these Republicans, they give them a break to come into their city. And do you know that New York right now has over 1 million undocumented people? Chicago got over 500,000. LA got over 1 million people undocumented. Now you can pat yourself on the back and say, I'm a good Samaritan if you want to, but they're not supposed to be here. They didn't come there in the right way. And if I was them and living in the next squatter, I would do the same thing. But the point is, they're not supposed to be here. But they set up a program where any immigrant, or I should say, any undocumented people, a lot of these people came in and they helped them out to stay here, giving them jobs. And that's on both sides. And they have cost this country billions and billions and billions of dollars. And yes, they have provided billions and billions of dollars, but for the most part, they have changed this country and turned it upside down because they did not put together a correct immigration laws and did not stop these people from coming in the border. They knew exactly what they was doing. They allowed these people to come in here to do free, cheap labor. That's exactly what they did because black folks wasn't doing their housework no more.
Well, in actuality and stuff, I've heard a lot of people's opinions about this, and some of those folks and stuff did a huge majority of them and stuff wanted to become legal residents and stuff in this country, but looking at the law, it takes them 7 years most of the time to become a legal resident and stuff here, and sometimes longer than that. Especially if you don't have the attorneys or the money and everything to pay for them to go to court for you to file the paperwork and go through all that stuff to become legal immigrants. They wanted to become legal immigrants, but they couldn't do it because we have so many
You
things
know what
going on.
is? You know
And
what
and
is?
and look at and hold
Ed.
on, look at this DACA that's going on. You got DACA kids and stuff who parents they were either brought here and they have been here and stuff since they've been little kids. And Obama tried to figure out some kind of way and stuff to make them legal residents and stuff of this country and stuff, but the Congress wouldn't allow him to do it.
Or he did an executive order. So what? But the point
But he
is,
can't
this is
do it with executive order. It really is only executive order only lasts longer than his term.
well, it's what he did.
Yeah, I
But
know
what
that's what
I'm
he did.
saying is,
But he
Ed,
wanted the
Ed,
Congress to
Ed,
do it.
Ed, I wanted to play in the NBA.
Yeah, that's a different story. That's not the
I'm just
same thing.
saying.
That's
I'm
not the
saying.
same thing. That's
I
not the
wanted to
same
play
thing.
in the NBA.
That's not the same thing.
It is the same thing. Who gives a shit? I wanted to play in the NBA.
Yeah.
The point is, who gives a shit? They wanted to be citizens. Your
Yeah,
ass came here illegal.
we have to take some responsibility and stuff for that, Ted, that them being here, especially the folks who are not the
What do
criminals,
you mean being there?
especially the
They shouldn't
ones,
have came here.
especially the ones and stuff who have been working here, paying their taxes.
They
They've
shouldn't
been
even been here.
they still have had the opportunity because what? Guess what? This
We
is a
have a
country.
immigration. We
This
have
is
an
a country.
immigration law
This
that
is
we
a
allow
country
1 million people.
of
We
immigrants.
allow 1 million people to come into this country every year.
We have
Go through the damn system. Now,
we
if you need
have
more people, raise the damn immigration total.
if the
They
if the
should have raised the
Congress
total. Say we
if
need
the
more people.
if the
Okay, it's
if the
not 1 million.
Congress
We're gonna let
if the
2 million.
Congress won't act upon legal immigration, there's nothing that those people can do. They're at the mercy of a
Don't
divided
bring your ass
Congress.
to the country
Why not? Because
because Ed,
most of them
it
came
caused the
here.
whole habit.
Most of them came
It
here
messed up the
to
black community.
have a better life. Most
Everybody
of them
wants a
did.
better life, including black people.
Well, we ain't talking about immigrants. We ain't talking about black folks. We
Well,
talking about immigrants.
immigrants got to come through the
You
front door,
got
not the
we
back
ain't
door.
talking about black folks. We talking about
Well,
immigrants.
I don't give a shit. That's
You
because
got to
America
give a
destroyed
shit
their
because they
country.
here. They here. You got to give a shit. They here.
Hey, they started coming through this country on a wave in the '80s when Ronald Reagan allowed them.
They've been coming every year in waves. That's why they outnumbering us.
That's why you had the
That's why
border.
they the majority minority
I'm not
because and
saying,
they out.
listen, Ed, I'm not, hey, to each his own. I'm not putting down these people or against those people. I feel empathy, sympathy, all of that because their countries, going through all kinds of rigmarole, and I don't want to go through all that. But the bottom line is that that's not the American people's problem. I'm sorry. It's not the
It's
American people's problem. We have a system called capitalism.
it is our
We
problem,
have
Ted.
a system called capitalism. And capitalism took advantage of these
Capitalism
people instead of hiring
capitalism has
working
nothing
class
to do with this.
Americans.
Capitalism has
Capitalism
nothing
took
to do with
advantage
this.
of those people.
It
Instead of
it
hiring working class Americans,
it
they
has
hired these immigrants.
it has nothing
They
to
hired these
do
undocumented
with
immigrants.
has nothing to do with
Oh, yes, it does,
immigration.
bro.
It
Yes,
has
it
nothing to
does.
do with
Yes, it
immigration.
does.
It
Yes, it does. When
has
you
nothing to
have
do has nothing to do
75% of the
with
people
immigration.
working in a chicken house and they fired
It,
all the
it, it,
black people,
it has
it makes a
nothing to
lot of
do
damn
with
difference.
immigration at
Talk to
all.
black people
It,
that worked in those chicken
it,
houses and
it
got
has
fired,
nothing to
and they
do with
hired
immigration.
undocumented people and little boys undocumented. Talk to them.
I don't need to talk to
That's the
them.
problem. One thing I wish I had a video and talked to how many black people have lost their job because of all of these undocumented people. Because they
Ted,
will work for less.
Ted, it is. We can't help it if these companies and stuff have found a way to do what the hell they wanted to do,
Because they didn't
and we
they
have
didn't bother
and
to
we
deal with
have
commerce or
it
e-commerce, Ed.
is not
They
the
supposed to
immigrants.
get an
It is
e-commerce.
not the immigrants' fault and stuff that they were
Ain't
hired
nobody
because they are
blaming them,
cheaper.
Ed.
Yes,
Ed,
but
Ed.
you are
No, I'm not. No,
you
I'm
are
not. No,
denigrating
I'm
those
not.
people.
No, I'm not. I just told you if I was in their condition, I'd be trying to do the same damn thing.
Absolutely.
But
And I
that's not
would
the
too.
issue.
And I would too. Yes, it is the issue.
That's
That's
not the
because
issue.
it is the issue. They are
Ed, they
immigrants.
have hurted the
And
black people.
we ain't got nothing to do with it. We ain't talking about black
That's
folks.
bullshit.
We ain't
That's
talking about
bullshit
black
if you
folks.
ain't got nothing to do with it.
We
They
talking
came and
about
destroyed. They have taken over Watts.
every time we
They
get to
have
talking
taken
about
over
anything to
a
do,
whole
you got
lot
to
of
bring
parts
up
of our country.
you
They
got to
are
give our people
undocumented.
You got to give our people
They're
a
not
trust. They
Americans,
done mess
Ed.
with
They're
the
not
black folks.
Americans, Ed.
We ain't Americans.
What the hell are you talking about? You're not American.
We not Americans.
Are you an American citizen?
No, I'm an American citizen, but we ain't American. The first people that came
Wait a
here
minute,
are
wait a
Americans.
minute. You're talking out of both sides of your
No,
damn
I'm
mouth,
not.
bro.
No, I'm not.
You
I'm not.
talking out
I'm
of
trying to
both sides.
tell you, we not.
We ain't Americans, but we're
Yeah,
American citizens.
we didn't. We didn't have to go. When we came here, we didn't have to be.
Where
We
you
didn't have to
from? Where
be.
you from?
We didn't have to be.
I'm
We didn't
asking a
have.
question. Where you
They
from?
didn't. We didn't have to stand
I'm
before
asking you a
anybody.
question. Where
We didn't
you
have to
from?
stand before
Where your
anybody and
daddy
stuff and
from?
say,
Where
"Well,
your great granddaddy
I
from?
want to be an American citizen and stuff." They brought us here the same way that they brought them here.
Yeah, and where you from, Ed?
And brought me the same
They
way they
know
did,
exactly
and
where they from. You don't
we
know
didn't
where
have
the
none
hell
of
we
that.
from.
When they brought us here, we didn't have to go through all that. They brought us here in chains. We didn't have to go up there and stand before the immigration board and stuff and file to be an American citizens and stuff in this country. They brought us here that way. And that's the same way they brought them here. Same way.
What
I
are
have
you crazy?
I have empathy
Whoa,
for them.
man, what
I
the
do.
hell are you talking about?
And I want
I
them to
don't
come
come slipping through the border bringing them
and I
through
want
chains,
them
bro.
to come over here and mow my grass because they do a hell of a job mow my grass. And they cheaper than the black folks is. They come here to try to do my job. They get up on my roof and they do my roof and everything. They cheaper. I ain't got to worry about it. They get up there and they do their job. I have them here to paint my house and stuff, and they paint my house for half the amount of money. So I'm doing just like the white folks.
Well,
Anyway,
I'm gonna ask God to forgive
yeah.
both of us because what we're saying is not right. Because and I'm gonna ask for forgiveness because the point is, it's not that I'm not empathetic, I'm not sympathetic, I'm not compassionate. I understand, and this is not the issue. I'm just saying what America is supposed to be about. If you're gonna do the right thing, do the right thing. And they have not done the right thing. I'm talking about the government and these corporations.
Well, it has
But
been
I have nothing against
it
anybody, trying to do what make themselves better, and they want to come to another country. But I'm gonna tell you this right now: you go to a number of countries and you try to do that same shit, I can guarantee you won't be. Your ass will be in jail quick.
well, that's why they didn't go there. They came here.
Well, that's why they're going to jail quick right now.
They ain't going to jail quick. They all over the place. They can't tell. They are not going to get rid of all them daggone
You
folks
get
that's
that right.
illegal. They ain't going to get rid of all them
You
people
got
that's
that
let.
right, bro.
They ain't not
There's
going
so
to get
many
rid of
of
all
them.
of them people
No,
because
they can forget about it. They spending all this money trying to collect these people,
this
and
country is,
they blowing taxpayer money trying to get these people. They full of bullshit. And all they're doing is paying these white boys for good jobs.
and give and flying around in these nice jets.
$200 million,
uh,
$150 million jets.
$50 jet. Damn right. They fly around these jets and stuff. They're
Full of
spending money,
shit.
and they letting these folks
Having
buy.
nice dinners.
They're letting these folks buy these warehouses for pennies, nickels, and dimes,
Pennies, nickels, and dimes, and
and they and they
they bought
and
them
they
for
rent
pennies,
them
and then they
and they
pay them
rent them
$100
out
million,
and they rent them out for millions of dollars, and they may
millions of
not
dollars.
ever get
It's
anybody in
all a
there.
scam. It's all a scam.
It's a scam. That's what it is. It's a scam to make money, and they doing it big time. Anyway, Ted, we at the end of our road here.
My
I've
last
en-
word,
I've enjoyed myself.
people, what we saying is, look it up. We got receipts. You do your own research, because we did ours. What we talking is what we talking, but you look it up. Everything I said is receipts on it. When I say that somebody bought a big facility for $2 million, and then they paid him $100 million to. That's receipts. Look it up. All kinds of stuff going on like that.
They ain't got to look it up, Ted. It's on the TV every day. It's on TV. It's out there for people to look at. Out there
Then
for us to
do.
look at.
You've been
and
bamboozled
and they're flaunting it in front of our faces,
in front
and
of your
and
face.
and they're not ashamed
Hey,
at
Ed,
all.
Ed,
Ain't
Ed,
no shame.
Ed, did you see today that Bitcoin, the coin is $66 million?
Is what?
$66 million.
66
I mean
million.
$66,000.
Yeah, they just came up 1,000. It was 65 for a while. It's been down. It's been down for a while. That means it shot way down. It shot from $101,000 down to 65.
Well, prediction. Maybe it might go down to 40.
If it does, a whole lot of people are gonna lose a whole lot of money. A whole lot of people are gonna lose a whole lot of money because they're not gonna be able to hold on to that money. And a whole lot of people and stuff here have borrowed money on that cryptocurrency. And somebody out there who gave them a loan and stuff on that money done lost a whole lot of money. And
Hey, people,
expect those people and stuff to go belly up on them folks and stuff who gave them that damn money. I would. I'd go belly up on them. I say, hey man, I ain't paying you a dime. Go get your money. Here my cryptocurrency. Hold on to it. This all you got. And I would put that money in my pocket that they gave me. I'm a bad boy.
I'm telling you, bro. You know, and then they got the gold almost $5,000 an ounce.
And that's what I be buying with that money that they gave me for that cryptocurrency at $102,000. Anyway, people, uh, we had a good time today. I enjoyed myself, folks. I am sitting up in the house. It ain't too warm in here. It's still kind of cool outside, but I'm making it. I'm living. Every day I wake up is a good day.
Good day.
It's a good day. Damn right.
I'm
As
grateful.
as the old folks tell y'all when you go to the church, I woke up this morning clothed in my right mind. We
Praise the
having
Lord.
fun. Yeah, we having fun here. Bye bye, everybody. Have a good day.